IGN does not know how to review video games. They're run by a whole bunch of retards. Did you know Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, which came out, lots of people are saying it's a solid game, that it's awesome, that it's an 8 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10. Guess what? IGN gave it a 7, which on paper, a 7 is still passable, right? A 7 out of 10, that's a 70 on a essay at high school. But the main problem that I have with this being rated a 7 out of 10, right, is not only is this a 7, IGN also gave Concord a fucking 7. So Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, which is going to sell thousands of copies, make millions of dollars, and be a great game that's supported and played by many people, is rated the same as a game that couldn't even break 1,000 players in its first 2 weeks of launch, a game that ended up being canceled, a game that gave full refunds out, a game that no longer exists, a game that took 8 years of development and was a woke DEI fucking fail, is rated the same as Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. IGN, are you guys functionally retarded? Are you guys retards? Now, I've been told before, well, IGN, the reviewer, is the one reviewing it. It's not the website. So the scores are, they depend on how that viewer likes the game. No, that's bullshit. You cannot tell me, even if it's a different reviewer that rated Dragon Ball as a 7 and a different reviewer rated Concord as a 7, that there's not some obvious bullshit here. If you guys can't see that the reason why Concord was scored a 7 is because they're woke shills, they're gaming journalists that are actually activists that had to make Concord a good game, you're an idiot. And I have some oceanfront property in Arizona that I could sell you. There's no way in this bloody blue hell earth that Concord should even been a 7. Having over $500 million lost, again, a failure of a launch, an incompetent studio behind it. Meanwhile, Bandai Namco, who made banger games in the past with Dragon Ball and other anime, properties, fighting games, things like that, is rated a 7. And you can see right here, the blurb, I guess, says Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is a final flash from the past, sometimes to a fault. But the feeling of traveling back to a simpler time when games didn't have to be balanced or competitive to be fun is still a good one. Like, what kind of fucking blurb is that? I didn't even take the time to read the rest of your fucking review because I saw that Concord was rated the same. Right? But also, the thing that pisses me the fuck off, and just wait till you see this, because rating it the same as Concord is one fucking thing. But look at this. Not only is Sparking Zero also a 7, not only is Concord a 7, but fucking Dustborn is a 7. A game that couldn't even get 100 people to play is rated the same, and it's called good. So are you telling me that this person, Rachel Weber, who reviewed Dustborn on the PlayStation 5, knows what the fuck she's talking about? How in the blue hell is Dustborn, a game that is woke as fuck, a game that is literally inspired by the election of Donald Trump, a game that is literally touted as the wokest game of all time, on par with Dragon Ball? If anything, this should be a 2. This should be a 5. And if we're going to keep this a 7, so be it. My main issue is the fact that it's rated the same as 2 of the worst failures in gaming to have come out this year. There's no defending this. I don't care if you hate anti-woke, or if you think Grums is a piece of shit, or Smash JT's a shill, or Hypnotic's an idiot, or Vera Dark's a fucking girl that doesn't know how to put on her glasses. I don't care what you have to say about grifters, all right? The real grift is this. IGN is clearly rage baiting when they're putting these reviews out. This is a joke. This has to be a bad fucking troll. And then to say Dustborn's good, that it gives you an exciting, emotional ride, if you stick with it through a slow start, like fuck off. Literally nobody's played Dustborn. Literally nobody has played Dustborn. It's on sale right now, by the way, for like $20. You couldn't pay me $20 to play this game. And Concord, we already know about that. We already know about a big failure of this. So IGN gave Dragon Ball a 7. If you don't think there's something wrong with this review scale, even though it might be different reviewers each game, there has to be a set review scale. GamePro had it best. Remember when they had the little cartoon faces? At least their reviews were somewhat uniform. IGN's just a bunch of fucking morons. They literally have no business reviewing games. Now, they're getting flamed on their Twitter. They're getting flamed completely. You can see right here, just need to remind you how IGN scale works. And again, showing Concord. Deo says, well, thank goodness no one takes y'all serious anymore. And that's right. Nobody's taking IGN serious at all. You can see Fume Gaming says, I'm playing it and loving it. Solid 8 out of 10. And right here, BK Word 1 says, frustrating at time. Get good, noobs. I give it a solid 9 out of 10. Sparking Zero is a faithful remaster with a fresh spin, adding mechanics that push players to not only master the basics, but also learn individual character gameplay, adding depth that stays true to the power, right? Power scaling of the original series. So these are people that are actually showing real in-depth reviews, and they're not professional gaming journalists. They got beat by that great bad, by that great ape Vegeta. They gave it a 7. Everybody's saying that ape battle with Vegeta is tough, so of course IGN is going to rate it. Wasn't IGN the same gaming journalist website that couldn't even get past the Cuphead tutorial? They're getting absolutely fucking destroyed. Can't spell ignorant without IGN. I give it at least a 9 out of 10 for me. What are you drinking, IGN? Nobody takes IGN serious. I give the shit a 9. Can't front. No balance means bad competitive. Look, see, everybody's saying accurate 8 out of 10 if you want to be generous. I disagree. And even then, an 8 is good. The problem is the fact that you're rating it the same as the 2 biggest video game failures this year. And you can't fucking sit here and pretend that it was a whole bunch of right-wing grifters that ruined Dustborn and Concord. Okay? If there's anything that points out that gaming journalists have no fucking idea what they're fucking doing, especially IGN, it's this. Like, I could be like, okay, you know what? Maybe a 6 for Concord, a 7. But if Concord's a 7, then Dragon Ball's a fucking 9. Don't be a jackass. And if Concord's a 7, Dustborn's like a 3 or a 2. This is way too high for Dustborn. And this is debatable, if anything at all. but this is just flat out fucking wrong. And I'm glad that IGN's being called out for it. Because they're a bunch of fucking retards. Don't ever take them serious. Look, they even reviewed Alien Isolation a 5. One of the scariest games of all time, a 5. These journalists are activists. They will only shill for what they like. They will only shill for woke products, which is why these two are rated so high. These 2 games should not be rated that high if you're going to put Dragon Ball as a 7. It's proof that Concord and Dustborn were being shilled by IGN to rate it the same. So I just wanted to call it out. It's bullshit. It's honest bullshit. And you can sit here all day and say I'm a triggered fucking neckbeard or whatever, but you cannot sit here and pretend that all 3 of these games are a fucking 7. That is retarded. That is ridiculous. And that is stupid. And IGN is a fucking joke. IGN is a joke for this, guys. And again, like I said, getting fucking trashed. IGN puke. It's a 7 because it lacks diversity. That's probably what they really think. Because, you know, they're stupid. They are stupid. If there's no woke politics in the game, they're not going to like it. The amount of weirdos y'all got writing reviews needs a review. That's exactly. IGN needs a review. You see, Ultraman said IGN gave it a 7, then the game's a 10. Funny how gaming journalist score works these days. You gave Concord a 7, that makes Dragon Ball at least a 9 or a 10. A fucking man, right? A fucking man. How did y'all give this same score as a game that went offline in less than 2 weeks? Exactly. Nobody was like, Concord's a fucking amazing game. It's a 9. Nobody in the world said it was a 9 out of 10. And I believe GameSpot gave Dragon Ball a 6 too. GameSpot's another fucking shill website. Nobody once ever said Concord was a fucking 9. Nobody's ever said Dustborn's a 9, not even a 7. But to give Dragon Ball 7, unreal. Trash website by IGN. Trash reviews. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below. Subscribe if you're brand new. Help get me to 92.5K. Is that where I'm at? Anyways, thank you so much.